childish joy in cold basement. Some bad memories in my head.
Welcome, my friends, to Cuentame USA with Moncho Camano. Let me adjust this thing for you guys. I want to look happy and peppy and bursting with love. The other guy looks great anyway, so don't worry about him.
I like your attitude about your look on camera. That's great. Happy
So,
for everyone.
yeah, we, I gotta tell you who this guy is first of all, right? Should I? Yes, of course. Welcome. Today I have the pleasure of speaking with Pete for friends, Pete Guellard.
Well,
Guellard.
it's pronounced Gillard. I was just
Guellard, you see that?
laughing with another guy. I had another podcast interview today,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I told him like, man, I have a big chunk of fat in my last name, Lard. It's a big chunk
Lard,
of fat,
okay.
so it's Gillard.
Guellard. It sounds more refined, let's say.
Well, I guess refined would be if you pronounce it in French, because actually it's a
Yeah.
French last name. But
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
let's not go there.
Yeah, just keep going. Let's keep going. So we got Pete. Pete.
Pete is sufficient.
Yeah, he's half, or I don't know if he's half or three quarters. Well, let's say half of the project called Death by Love.
Yes,
Let's say half.
the other half is the Polish singer-songwriter Inga Habiba,
Inga.
very talented young lady who's been working on this gothic industrial dark wave stage in Poland and Europe for many years. And
Mhm.
she's been known from multiple bands over there.
Mhm.
So she's quite a figure in Poland, and I am really happy to be working with her on this project.
Mhm.
And From here, I want to say hello to Inga if she's watching. Hi, Inga.
Hi, Inga. How
Um,
you doing, Inga?
Last time I heard she was in Greece vacationing, but I
Oh,
guess
these
she's
people,
she's
they
coming
have
to
it so
Poland.
good.
Yeah, I
They
know,
have it
right?
so
We in
good.
America, we can't even think about vacation, but
Yeah,
those people in
I
Poland
don't
go to
know.
Greece.
Those Europeans, come on, man.
Right.
Let's work
We
hard,
work
like
hard.
these people that we don't know what time it is.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, Pete, are you in? Let's say I don't know. I know you're in Pennsylvania. You reside in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if it's White Oak or Pittsburgh or somewhere
Well,
else.
it is suburb of Pittsburgh. I live in White Oak, which is about like 5-6 miles from downtown Pittsburgh. So yeah, it's considered Pittsburgh, but I like its name. I say I live in White Oak.
White Oak. I don't know if there is a band named White Oak. I don't know. It sounds familiar.
White Snake, maybe.
No, no, no. That's the metal. No, no, no. No, no, it's something
White
else.
Stripes.
Oh, White Stripes, they're cool too. I don't know. Anyway, well, they do a little different music than White Stripes and White Snake, that's for sure. Their
Correct.
latest release, which is their first release together, Inga and Pete, that I know of, that is published, it's called 444.
Actually, if I may
Of course, my
interrupt
friend.
here, this is not the first release, because the
Okay.
first release actually was a single called Cameras, which was released on a compilation album, Electronic Saviors, from Metropolis Records here in the United States.
Okay.
And we had about 50 industrial darkwave and gothic bands put together music for this project. And
Mhm.
the profits from sale of this album went directly to research, to cancer research. It happens so the guy who is in charge of the compilation, my dear friend Jim Simonic, who is actually a founder of label Distortion Production,
Mhm.
which Death by Love is on. He is a cancer survivor, so he took on this project in a very personal way. It's a seventh release already. So we had 7 different compilation within, I think, 15 years
Hmm.
that he released. And from what I remember, he's close to $200,000 that he put into cancer research.
That's
So,
nice.
as I said, he himself is a cancer survivor, and
Hmm.
he takes it very personally. All those
Hmm.
projects. So we think he's a really awesome guy and very good person. And
Hmm.
he takes care of the bands on the label, as well as we are trying to take care of him as well.
Interesting.
So it's a like a very very nice symbiosis going on.
Oh, that's very interesting. I will check that out. I missed that one. I seem to have a.
And also before we released album 444 on Distortion Productions, we also released two singles with remixes for two Polish artists. One was a band called a oh my god, I have a blackout now. Maybe
Maybe
later.
later.
Yeah. I will think of the name of that band. But yeah, we had two remixes released, and album 444 was to release at the beginning of this year, and it's
Yeah.
it's going really strong. We like how the
Yeah.
response, and we like the reviews that we got in press and on the internet. So
Yeah.
we're pretty happy with this
Yeah. I listened
so
to it a
far.
couple times with 11 songs. It was February, I think, when it came out. And like you mentioned, Distortion Productions. I believe you got a T-shirt with the.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, right there. I saw power, passion, and all that. Yeah. Well, I can tell that you've been around for quite some time, not just by looking at your face, but because I was doing the research. So you've been around for at least 3 decades, 30
Yes,
years at
indeed.
least.
Indeed, yeah.
You're a
I've been
multi instrumentalist, also music producer, remixer, stage manager. I don't know what sound engineer,
and a
uh,
roadie lately for Club of
and
Zymos.
you see, this guy won't stop. And if you need
No.
something like you got your pipes in your house, he's also maintenance. He'll do maintenance on the side.
I got a good guy to call.
He calls someone else. I think he's gonna try it himself, just because he uses his hands all the time.
Yeah,
So,
but I tend to be a workaholic, so it works to my advantage, I guess.
so Pete, tell me, when did you come from? Because you're originally from Poland. You were
From
born,
Poland, yes.
and you came to the United States. Why did you chose Pennsylvania, or you went to a different state
I
when you showed up
well,
in here?
that's interesting story. I came to the States not for financial reasons, like majority of people come here, but I actually fell in love with an American girl who was
Ooh.
studying, yeah, who was studying in Poland at that time, and we
Mm,
bumped into each other. We started dating, and one thing led to another, and she brought me over here. At that time, I had my career going in Poland with band Blitzkrieg, which was like one of the first Polish dark wave bands, if
mm-hmm.
not the first one. And we were touring extensively. However, at that point, the guitar player of that band was forming his own project, and
Mm,
he kind of didn't have enough time to commit to Blitzkrieg. And
right.
on the other hand, I fell in love with a little tiny band that I just heard in 1991 called Nine Inch Nails.
Ooh, that
And
sounds familiar.
I learned that the guy who wrote the music wrote it all by himself and recorded it all by himself. So I figure, why the hell I can't do that? So, being that I'm from Poland,
Hmm.
from post-communist Poland, we didn't have
Right.
access to professional instruments, and if we had, it
Hmm.
would be very, very expensive. I could never afford it. So, as soon as I came here to the States because of my first wife, because later on I married the girl,
Right.
I maxed out my first credit card and I bought myself a music workstation, Roland W30, and started writing music without the band. And that was something really awesome for me because I didn't have to rely on other people to
Hmm.
create music. I could put together songs from top to bottom,
Hmm.
record them within the box and have a ready product all by myself. And that kind of inspired me to write all kinds of music. I
Mm.
didn't have to rely on other musicians. That was super important.
You're talking about the 90s or late 80s?
I'm
When?
talking about 1991. That's the year
Okay.
when I came to the States. Yes.
Mm. Tell me about that band that you also it's called Maze. It was like
Yes.
industrial.
So my very first band that I started in Pittsburgh was called Mace,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a industrial band, kind of in a vein of Marilyn Manson. We're a little bit of fetishy, kind of. Black latex wearing group of crazy
Yeah.
people with dancing girls on stage, with dominatrix,
Mm.
with all kinds of devices on
Yeah.
stage and stuff. So we were trying to put a show kind of like Nine Inch Nails, kind of like Marilyn Manson, but in on the local level. So
Right.
we were the very first gothic industrial band in Pittsburgh, as a matter of fact,
Mm.
in 1992, three, I guess that was the year. So then the band never got signed to the real label. We had a little tiny label, but that was really nothing. But we managed to go on tour with Sister Machine Gun, Hansel and Gretel,
Mm.
and Camlab, I believe. Yeah, that was a tour that we did East Coast of the United States. And then because of our manager who was trying to manage it his own way, which we didn't like the band,
Mm.
fell apart, and I got picked up by Electric Hellfire Club. So that was
Right.
my other project where I joined, playing keyboards with them, and I did a bunch of tours. They were on Cleopatra Records, and
Right.
I was touring with them for a long while.
Mm-hmm. And the last one before this new collaboration was Dicro. Is that right?
Yeah, it was called Dicro, and that was like a precursor to what
Yeah.
Death by Love was, with a female vocalist
Yeah.
also, and we're trying to create dark wave music, kind of in a vein of
Yeah.
uh, with a little influences of 90s music, like Garbage, like
Yeah.
Lords of Acid, kind of,
Yeah.
with this kind of vibe. And unfortunately, the singer got
Charlemagne.
freaked out by by the fact that we got popular, and
Well,
she couldn't take people staring at her during the show. I mean, and
but
she had some kind of a psychological problem
you're
with
talking
that,
about
and
her.
anxiety.
I listened to the album, the Stained Glass album, 2024.
Yeah.
It's a great album, let me tell you. I really enjoy
Thank
that.
you.
The
Thank
sing,
you.
and I saw the videos, a bunch of videos that you guys publish, and there's a bunch of
Yeah.
songs that I really enjoyed. It was a great band, and she had a great voice. Shallow Main is her name. And
Charmaine, yeah, she
her
was, she
name,
was, she,
she's
she is an excellent singer.
yeah,
I still think she's an awesome singer. However, she's not cut to be a front woman of the band that goes somewhere
yeah,
because of her
yeah,
anxiety and her psychological problems, which
yeah,
makes it
yeah.
impossible to kind of
Yeah, I
be in
understand.
a professional band.
I
I
understand.
wish her the best, but it's it's
Yeah, I
it's just
understand.
kind of sorry that it didn't happen. But again, if it didn't happen, I would have never met Inga, which is a totally new chapter for me,
Yeah.
and a new adventure.
Of course. So tell me, how do you come across with Ingas? Because she has a
Well,
band called Lorian. I know she played in
yes,
other previous bands and
yes,
stuff. She has a
yes.
lot of
Her
experience.
her main band, Lorien, it's a big gothic act in Poland, so they're pretty well known.
Okay.
At that time, when I was going through the difficult times with Charmaine here in Dicro,
Yeah.
somehow we got together with Inga about a remix. At that time, she was part of this electro duo called Non Electro.
Okay.
She was doing some shows with them and recordings, and I wrote a remix for one of the songs of that band, and Inga loved it so much. She loved. I mean, I went full Leibach on it. I mean, it was very heavy, very industrial. It wasn't like EMD like the original band was. I went
Mm,
really heavy and dark on it. So she loved that treatment, and we started to write other remixes together for other bands.
mm,
And one thing led to another again. And after a while, we decided, okay, since we're writing music like this, why don't we do our own project? And this is how Death by Love started, by
mm.
pretty much by taking unfinished Dichro song and finishing it into a song called Strong Inside, which was our first single.
Right, that's I probably is this first song I ever heard of you guys.
Yeah.
Strongest, I think it was.
So I flew to Poland. I mean, I worked with Inga via internet. I haven't met her personally. So in
Yeah,
2024, I flew to Poland and I met her over there, and we went to studio. We shot two music videos, one for Strong Inside, one from Temros,
right.
and this is how it started. You know, we in a week we recorded like three or four songs in the studio and shot two music videos.
Mm.
So that was pretty intense to week
Yeah,
in
so
Poland.
everything
Yeah.
was like very really organic between the two. Everything fit together really well.
Yeah, you see, because she listens to the same band. She grew up on the same bands as I did. You know, we have the same
Mm.
music fascination. So our music language is the same, you know. Our fascination with old 4AD label bands like the Cocteau Twins, like Dead
Yeah.
Can Dance, like Clan of Zymox, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We all listen to those bands, and that's our youth. And we kind of wanted to regenerate that feeling right now with the band that we have
Mm.
currently.
So I guess you connected with her more, not just musically, but a little spiritually, we could say.
Yes, absolutely. Inga is my friendly spirit, and we
Yeah.
help each other spiritually. Even though we're not really religious people, we are more
Yeah.
atheists. But you know,
Yeah.
spiritual kind of realm of our lives is pretty important. So we kind of you know, talk about it all the time and exchange
Yeah.
experiences, and you know, it helps us survive this terrible reality that we're experiencing right
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
now.
Because if we talk about that, we'll be here for hours. If we talk about
I know, right? I
no, no, no,
mean, don't get me started.
no, no, don't get me started myself. I'll go crazy. I'm just trying to relax today.
Right. Well, that's the approach that Inga is taking, because she actually consciously tries to avoid talking about politics, and tries to avoid talking about politics in music, first of all, because
Yeah,
it's a little bit too how to say uh, dividing. You know,
yeah,
we are all about uniting people. Even if you
mm,
read our titles on record, in
yeah,
unity, I mean, this is a song about uniting everybody. We're all about love, and we're like gothic hippies, pretty much industrial hippies, where we, you know, we're always laugh about it, that we are the smiling hippie golf bands, you
yeah.
know.
The psychedelic thing going on.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, you have different musical histories, but different journeys, but you got a lot in common, like you said, a lot of music in common. But she comes from different backgrounds, multicultural backgrounds, because
Correct.
when I hear her sing and I see the music, it's a collage of different genres, it's not
Yep.
just. Uh, so she's a lot of Mid Eastern sound,
Yes.
uh, but also
Her
Mediterranean, it seems like to me. I don't know.
Yes, her father is Afghani, and her mother
Hmm.
is from what's Russian Georgia right now. So it's pretty
Okay.
pretty Middle Eastern kind of influence when it comes to to the cultures, and she learned music listening to that Middle Eastern flavor all the time, and you can
Yeah.
hear it in her voice, the way how she phrases,
Yes.
the way how she sings, how she vocalizing. What she's doing very often, as a matter of fact, is what she calls artlang. Artlang is like made up language,
Mm.
kind of like Lisa Gerard from Dead Can Dance
Okay.
used to sing,
Mm.
where she just takes words, any words, and she puts emotional luggage into them, like
Yeah.
emotional weight. The way how she
I understand.
sings, it pretty much lets you feel the
Yes.
what she feels
I
while she
understand.
sings, even though the words mean nothing, or maybe you can make your own meaning to her
Yeah.
words.
Yeah. I see there is something in there. Well, southern Spain music, like flamenco and all that,
Mhm.
the way they sing, there is something in common when they sing.
Yes, absolutely. This is something so different than European, like Northern American culture, where everything
Right.
has to be, spelled out. And, there's so much more to music than just
Of
words
course.
and music and lyrics. There are so many emotions
Yes.
uh, that you can show to people in so
Express.
many different ways. Yeah.
Yes. Mm. Well, I love the music. I love the album. There's
Thank you.
always those minor keys that I always love. They're
Oh yeah,
emotional.
man.
It's
Minor
always they're
minor
always
keys
there.
is the shit. Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's
Of
always
course.
there.
My minor is my scale.
Well, so tell me, the album was constructed, I guess, put together via internet, most of it?
Yes, most of it. As I said, we worked in studio together in Łódź, Poland, on two or three songs, and that was about it. Everything else was done through internet. Inga has a little home studio. I have a home studio, and we just
Yes.
fly files across the ocean. So this is such an awesome invention, I have to say. I always You see, when I came to the States in '91, I was still like thinking, how cool would it be if I could still work with Blitzkrieg, my old band? But at that time, we didn't have internet yet,
Right.
and it was all impossible. Now, word across Atlantic collaboration is not only possible, but it's as fast as if it was done in the same city. I mean, it's crazy
Yeah.
awesome how we can pretty much work together using computers and internet, and
Yeah.
having studios at home. That's also another thing that's so much cooler than used to be, when you had to make up some money to go to studio, and look at your watch all the time and hurry up and stuff. Now you can
Yeah.
take all your time in the world on creation and writing
Yeah.
proper music.
The internet is so fast, it's lightning speed. I remember the 90s when, yeah, what is it, like a little router, 56 KB or whatever it was,
Yeah,
kilobits. That will take forever just to download an
yeah. Now,
image.
now you can fly 10 gigabytes like within seconds. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, no problem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so like I said, so you got your own studio, she has her own studio. This album is blends dark wave, dark electro, I don't know, industrial trip hop, everything is in there, atmospheric, beautiful lyrics. I don't
Well,
know.
we were kind of afraid that it's too eclectic, but apparently
Sounds good to me.
people who listen to our to 444 are saying that they like the fact that it's eclectic, and the fact that it's not boring, because each song is
Yes,
different. So I guess this is the right way to go.
it is because, like I always mention before I do the interviews, I always put for my wife because she has a horrible taste in music. But I always put the artist
Does
album.
she
See
listen
what?
to your podcast, by the way?
No, never.
No, okay.
She never did. I think the most she listened maybe is 10 seconds. I think,
Okay.
which is good myself. I don't really want
That's
her to
why that's
listen.
why you say she's got terrible taste in music. Because
No,
there's a chance that 10 seconds it's not gonna be there.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, but I always put her. And I said, of all these songs, is there any songs that you really enjoy? And she did. So that's something good, I guess.
Great, great,
She
awesome,
loved she loved
awesome.
some of the songs. The first one, Seleno, that one is very interesting for her. She liked
Yeah,
that
and
one.
we always try to create music videos for our songs, because just like the live performance, we do not rely only on standing on stage and playing music. We also have video
Mm,
background going on behind us to give audience like full experience. Even though we're a small band without big budgets,
yeah,
we are able to pull off, some pretty sophisticated lights and the video show. So
yeah,
that's kind of cool.
yeah. I really enjoy. Like I said, I don't know. Forest is one of my favorites.
Oh, Inga would love it.
Yeah,
That's
Forest.
her favorite song.
It is okay. Great.
Yeah.
uh,
Me,
it,
on the other hand, if we were Jethro Tull, that would be a single, definitely.
Jethro. Oh, don't
I
tell me
call
about
it
Jethro.
I call it I call it tra la 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 through the forest genre.
Well, I enjoyed that one. God is also one that I like.
Well,
God.
I got forced into singing it because I,
Yeah,
I
you're
used to
there.
be a singer for my band Blitzkrieg and Mace, and I decided, after working with so many awesome singers as a producer and mixing engineer, I was like, oh my God, no. I listened to my voice and just doesn't sound right, comparing to this other people. And then I met Charmaine, then I met
Yeah.
Inga, and those two women have just incredible voices. So
Mm.
I'm like, I'm not gonna sing anymore. So, anyways, I wrote that song God for
You
Inga to sing, and
okay?
I sent her a demo, and she goes like, well, you know what? It would be really cool if we're going with this eclecticism in our record. Why don't you sing this song? I'm
Yeah.
like, really? I'm like, yeah, yeah, I think it should be cool. It would be cool.
Yeah.
So she talked me into singing it, and somehow I winged it. But thankfully, she put some backing vocals on it, so it
Mm.
sounds half decent now.
Only half of the song.
with her in the background.
No,
I'm
no,
very self-critical when it comes to
no,
my
no, no,
vocals.
no.
That's
You're
why I'm
good.
saying
No, no,
that.
no, no. That was a great song. That's why I enjoyed it.
Thank
Not
you.
just because of
Uh,
her, but your voices yourself. That was
Thank you.
that
I
was great.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Was it easy for
I
you to
promise.
find?
I promise. I won't song. I won't sing
You
again,
won't do anymore?
unless she talks me into it again.
Maybe you can do the chorus in the back, but really far,
Maybe, maybe.
across the street, maybe. No, just kidding. Uh,
I love playing instruments, and
and you
and
play
that's
every
that's what was
instrument possible.
so much fun. Yeah, well, I play keyboards, I play guitar, I play bass,
Bass,
upright bass, I play sitar.
guitar. Yeah.
But my main instrument at this point is computer,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So there's lots of electronics going on
Yeah, that's good. I
and
enjoy
loops.
that. I enjoy that. Was it hard for you to find titles for these songs, or you just it's easy?
Well, this was our Inga, because Inga writes lyrics, so she pretty much comes up with titles, and
Mm,
I give her free hand when it comes to lyrics and titles,
mm.
and she's really good in it. So I'm not really saying no to her in any way. Anything she does, I accept and I
You
love.
agree?
So that's the cool symbiosis that we have in this band.
Mm,
We understand each other very well, and I really like this situation. This is the band like no other, where I always fought with other people about the final product and how it should be mixed, how it should sound, and what
yeah.
kind of instruments should we use. With Inga, it's all natural. It just flows,
Mm,
and
mm.
that's why we cut that record so fast, because there was no discussions, as far as like it's all organic. It came really natural,
Mm,
and it was fast. And that's what I like about this project.
mm. Do you have to? Do you write the lyrics? Does she write the lyrics before the music that you composed, or
Usually Inga comes up with lyrics and melody, and
okay?
she just sends me like very simple, like a piano track with her vocals laid on top of it, and I just throw away the piano track and build the whole song based on her vocals. Some songs I started building first and then she recorded vocals, but I would say that's about 25% of songs that we did started this way. Most of them, 75%, is lyrics first and music second.
Do you feel like you are more relaxed lately? I mean, is there less people to argue with less right now?
Well, you see, maybe Inga is more relaxed because she's not involved in politics. I'm very, very
Oh
involved in politics, and I can't fucking relax, man. I'm
no! Come
sorry.
on!
In this,
Don't do
in
that! You're
this
making me.
situation, you can't relax.
Come
You can't
on!
relax.
You know how relaxed I am? I'm really relaxed. I'm even afraid to go to Pittsburgh without passport. Come on.
Okay. Well, me as a US citizen, for the first time in my life, I carry my passport with me everywhere I go because of my silly accent, you know? And
Well,
that's really scary and fucked up, honestly.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I said, the passport, because
Yeah.
well, my wife is no problem. She looks really different than I am, but I have to carry her. I carry her. She goes with me all the time because she looks different.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Anyway,
No, you're saying what's happening, and
yeah.
unfortunately, we live in this
I'm very
situation.
well. I'm just gonna say one thing. I'm really pessimistic right now. But
You are
yeah, that's it.
pessimistic?
Yes,
I am not. I am not because, and I tell you why. Because Trump is the worst dictator ever. Why
yes.
is he worst dictator? Because Hitler had freaking trains run up to the
On
minute.
on
You
time.
know,
Yes,
he
yes.
can't even tie his own fucking shoes. He can't do
Yeah.
shit. Okay, that's why I am not scared and I'm not worried. This is gonna collapse sooner or later. I lived through the collapse of communist system in Poland, and
Yes, I know.
I see the signs of collapse right now.
Yeah.
People quitting, people arguing with each other in the Trump administration. This will not last. This
Well,
will
I
not
hope so.
last.
I
Trust
hope
me.
so. I just don't trust the mid-term elections. I'm
Well,
very scary about that.
I think that Democrats will actually step up to the table this time, and this is gonna be another thing like we had with Obama, where millions and millions of people will say enough of this shit,
Yeah, we need
and
a lot
they
of people to vote because even if
yeah
they cheat, we need like like Hungary. You need a lot
yeah
of people to vote.
yeah.
That's a big thing. Anyway,
And this has all influence on our lives, even like traveling. I'm
I
looking forward to
understand.
going to Europe this year to
Yes,
play festival. Who knows if I'm going or not because of the
yes.
stupid
Don't tell
fucking
me.
war,
I
you know
understand, of
you
course. Even
know
myself, I'm a work. I don't know. Now we're talking about something else. I'm talking about even trust my phone. I'm afraid of carrying my phone. To tell you the truth, maybe I should
right.
just carry one of those flip phones and leave
Don't worry
leave
about
the
it.
other phone. You
They
know?
know where you are no
Oh, I
matter what.
know, I know. They're tracking everything. I know, I know.
Except hopefully we are not that important to them.
I'm not that important. Imagine me just interviewing in my basement a poor little guy that has nothing
Right,
better to do. Come on,
right.
who am I gonna be? Eh, well, anyway, tell me up now. Now we just went diagonally to a different took a different road, but we're coming
Okay.
back. We're coming back.
Yeah.
We're just making a U-turn and come back. Uh, Tell me about those live performances because you were in Poland, and you play live with the Inga, didn't you?
Yes, we have shows in Poland, but there's an idea of how we're gonna do it in America.
Right.
Well, the thing is that we are at the level where we don't play big shows all the time. We also have to play some small local shows. So for
Mm-hmm.
those little small shows, but again, we're talking about Inga and me, but there's also two other
Oh,
people in the band, which are
right.
like hired guns. It's Pam Simmons on guitar and Joe Palermo on drums.
Drums. Right.
Yeah, and those guys live in Pittsburgh with me here.
Mm.
And just to play some local shows, we came up with an idea of using a hologram. So last year, Inga was here in Pittsburgh, and we recorded her singing performances in a green screen studio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I mentioned I'm also a video producer, so
Oh, you
I
didn't
do
then.
all the videos as well.
Right.
So I recorded her performances to every song in a set on a green screen, and there is this new technology, the hologram technology, where the hologram projector is like this big propeller that spins, and it has a bunch of LED lights on it, and a proprietary program pretty much blinks those LEDs while the propeller is turning, and this in turn creates a picture. So you
Mm-hmm.
can feed an HDMI cable to that projector, and you can have like Obi-Wan Kenobi suddenly appear
Yeah.
in the middle of a stage. So
Yeah.
we're thinking about doing shows just like that with Inga being a hologram.
Mm.
And since we are a digital and electronic based band, the drummer plays with a click track. Everything is pretty much
Right.
synchronized, video synchronized to our music. So Inga's vocal track would be playing parallel with our music and parallel to what
Right.
we see in this holographic projection. So it's gonna look like she's among us on the stage. There's gonna be a big projector in the middle of the stage, and we're gonna play around her.
It's a very practical tool, I guess, the holographic
Well, it's one
projector.
trick pony. We haven't done it yet. We are getting ready to do it, but I don't know how audience gonna react.
Mm.
They might hate us for it because it's like pre-recorded kind of performance where the singer is from the box
Yeah.
and the band is playing live around. But we'll see. We'll see how they react.
How long do
It
you
might
think
be.
I was gonna ask you, how long do you think it will take to set up the whole thing?
It's not that complicated
Oh.
actually. It's a question of putting together that hologram projector, which is, as I said, it's a propeller.
Mm.
It looks like a propeller on a stand that when it turns, it creates a circle of the diameter
Yeah.
of the live person. So the figure that appears, it's a life size. So this looks
Mm.
like as if she was standing on stage with us.
Mm. Well, let me
The way
know.
how I filmed it on a green screen is because I want to take out the background, so
Right, I
whatever is
understand.
behind her, it's transparent,
I
so
understand.
it's gonna look proper on stage.
Well, if you ever decided to get ready and do a show, maybe I'll show up. Well, I don't
Oh,
know.
absolutely! I'm gonna shoot video regardless, just to show people what it looks like.
Yeah, no, it's gotta be amazing. I've never seen that before. So, uh, so tell me about your musical influences. They become more diverse over time, right? You keep adding more and more, or it's just,
I wouldn't
oh
say
no, not
diverse.
really.
I wouldn't say diverse. I would say that they still oscillate within like goth, industrial, trip hop genres, dark wave. I've been listening to the same bands all the
See.
time. There are new
So
bands coming
your
up that
musical
I'm
taste haven't has not changed since you're getting
well,
older, or no?
it sits in the same genre, but
Okay.
it expands a little bit, and I can tell you what it expanded with. Just recently, I've been fascinated with Americana music. Actually, I'm
Mm,
going into acoustic music a little more, and I'm
mm,
thinking about putting together a project, a side project here, a local project which gonna put together like Delta blues Americana with EDM.
mm.
So again, like a weird mixture, also with a female vocalist. And I already have like two or three demos recorded, and I'm in the process of putting together that
That's very
project.
interesting. Very
Yeah,
interesting. Well,
yeah.
when
I have the players.
yeah, when I heard that song from you got the previous band Icro, Mercy, it sounded like a psychobilly sound first.
Yeah, that's very similar to what I want to do. Actually, that song "Mercy"
Yeah,
that you saw the video for.
yeah.
Yeah, it has elements of industrial, has with the heavy beats and stuff, but and some keyboard track, but
Yeah,
mostly it's dobro guitar with upright bass. And
yeah.
I don't know if you saw on the video that the drummer plays 100-year-old drum kit. Actually,
That
the
that
the drum
didn't
kit that was
notice.
made in 1920 something.
Wow, that's
So
very.
yeah,
Yeah, I love that music. I love that kind of music
cool,
myself. So
cool.
maybe, maybe with your new project, we'll make another interview if we're still around.
Yes.
If not, I'll go to Poland and we can make an interview over there.
Right. Yeah,
Uh,
speaking of Poland, as I said, as I mentioned, July 19th, we're playing this big festival called Castle Party. This is a
right,
big, big,
yeah, I know about it.
yeah, big Gothic festival. And the coolest part of it is that it's located at the site of a 13th century Gothic castle on the
Right.
hill. And the stage is placed on the courtyard. And so you play in the shadow of this towering Gothic castle behind you. It's really cool.
Yeah, I see
I
some
played
videos.
there. I played there in 2019 when I reactivated my band Blitzkrieg for one show,
Mm,
and that was an experience. Yeah, absolutely
yeah, that's
awesome.
great. Mm. I was going to ask you, when you composing a song, are you patient, really patient with it? Do you need to take breaks, or you want to finish it, or you just leave it for a night, next day, or is something that do you have the patience?
I usually write couple songs at the same time.
Okay.
So I have a bunch of projects open that I jump from one to another. This the way the reason why I work this way because it works the best for my musical imagination and creativity. That one song can inspire another and vice versa. I like
Mm,
to inspire myself. So as I said, I have couple projects open
okay.
and finish them in the same time.
Mm. So if I can ask, what kind of music of I guess artist do you consider yourself to be? Is there a just everything? You're everything in music. You can do
Well,
anything.
I
I
like to
don't
call
know.
myself I like to call myself multidisciplinary artist
Okay.
because, as I said, I not only I write music, but I also create video backgrounds for the band. I create music videos,
Right.
and I program and design light show. So
It's a
it's
lot of
all
work
those.
for you, I guess, because how
Well,
much
as I
time do you
said.
have for a hobby? Like, do you do anything else, just music besides that,
Well,
or
the cool thing is that my wife is a musician herself.
you see,
So,
everything stays in the family?
exactly. She has her own little studio downstairs. I have my studio upstairs, and we exchange musical files as well. I master her music. She gives me an advice on my music and so on. So it's very it's a nice relationship where I don't have to worry about, being with my spouse and not committing much time to her because I know she's working on her music at the same time. So marrying a musician is really awesome for another musician because they understand the life of a musician. A regular person not necessarily will understand
Right,
the late nights or the tours and stuff. There's
right.
always this element of jealousy or
Yeah.
not fairness and so on. But we work as a team, and so far so good. I've been married 22 years and had
Oh,
no
really?
problems yet. Yeah,
That's good. 22 years. Uh,
I am blessed when it
yeah.
comes to my relationships. So.
Great, great. So, do you feel you work at your best when you're by yourself or when you collaborate with somebody else?
Well, I need inspiration. As I told you, I try to inspire myself, but the best inspirations always come from other people. So at this point, Inga is my biggest inspiration, and I call her my own muse because
Mm,
every time she sends me an idea for a song, it sparks my musical kind of imagination, and I try to make something happen around what she sends me, and there is a little bit of this uncertainty whether she's going to like it or not. Fortunately, most of it she likes, so that also speaks to how we work together.
So this project is gonna keep going, I guess.
Yeah, we're in a process of recording second album, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
And I started. We already have two songs cut. One of them, I have to say that I took my mobile recording studio with me when I was with Clan of Zymox right now on this
right.
last tour, and. Mario Usini, who's a bass player for Clan of Zymox,
Yeah.
cut a track for me in one of Death by Love songs. So our first single is gonna be with Mario, the bass player
Wow.
of Clan of Zymox.
That's really cool. Good to
Yeah,
know. It's a good. Hmm. I was gonna
it's
ask you.
always good. It's always good to have a good name, like a big name behind
Yeah,
your
yeah.
project.
I thought I never sent an email to those people. Maybe I'll try when I come back. See if they want to do an interview. One of them. Who knows? Why not? Right? It's
Hey,
not.
as
It's
I
not.
said, you give me publicity, I'm there.
Well, tell me about a couple of songs of this album. She wrote the lyrics, so there is different songs, but "Cosmic Power." That
Yes.
song is about. Is it about betrayal? It's about an illusion, control. What is it about that song? Do
Well,
you
this
know?
is the question for Inga more, as
Okay,
she's
that's
an
great.
author of the music. I can speak to the general image and the feel of of the song.
Hmm.
This is our staple trip hop song.
Right.
That's the trip hop song on the record, and we wanted it to be a little bit way different than the rest of it,
Yeah.
and we decided to do a music video with the help of AI. Unfortunately, or fortunately, there's a big discussion right now about using AI in
Yes.
creating art.
Hmm.
I hired a guy from England who helped me create the footage for that video. I edited the footage and put together the music video, but he created it,
Hmm.
or rather AI created it. But we used the pictures of myself and Inga to be incorporated in it. And since my biggest dream always was to play music in space, we decided, okay, this is going to be a perfect opportunity to put ourselves in space and play
Okay.
music. And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, that's a great song too. I don't know. There's so many good songs. I like the Tembros also. I don't know. I like all of them. Well, yeah, I think
Thank
I do.
you. Thank you. That means a lot, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. I also saw on YouTube the video that one of your live shows last year, 2025. You mentioned
Yes,
in your the
yes,
Club Mechanic. What is that club
yes.
at? Is it in Poland? Club
It's in
Mechanic?
Warsaw. Yeah, yeah. We did it
Yeah,
last fall. There was a show which
yeah.
was 30 years of Lorien, which is the band that Inga is from.
Right.
Death by Love was like a special guest introduction to Polish audience. And
Hmm.
we had the band called Wrong, which is like an electro band that opened the show. It was a pretty cool show. We had good time playing it. And unfortunately, only two of us, but we can play either as a duo, as a trio, or a quartet. So,
Right.
with electronics, is everything is
No.
possible.
Yes, yes, I saw the video. So it was really cool. Now I have to work on the Lorian because I haven't listened to her band yet. So I should.
I highly recommend it. It's a very interesting band, and of course, Inga, great singer. She's the face of this band again.
Yeah. So I have to do that
Not
myself.
only great voice, but also great person and beautiful person.
Yeah, she sounds very interesting. So maybe one day we'll have a chance to talk again. And maybe you and her. Who knows? Maybe you can see you live. So another song that I was gonna ask you is the Seleno, the first song, Seleno. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Seleno, right? Seleno?
Seleno, yes, that's the
Yeah,
first and the last song because we decided to
yeah,
do two
the
versions. We couldn't decide
reprise.
which version to put on the record, and
Yeah.
And Inga goes like, "Well, why don't we put both of them as a reprise? Just like the Beatles did.
Yeah.
And we did. I mean, the second Seleno, the one that ends
The
the
ends.
record, it has the freaking 10-minute intro, so it's
Yeah.
more like a Pink Floyd piece.
Yeah, yeah, but it's good. It's different than the first one. Than the how.
Right, right. Well, that's the whole
Yeah,
idea. I mean, the lyrics
yeah,
are the same. However,
yeah. Music is switching.
the music and the whole atmosphere is totally
Yeah,
different.
but
And
to tell you
we
the truth, I enjoy more the last one though. Salerno. I
I
guess
I
I'm
heard
used
it
to
from
it.
many people.
Yes.
I heard from many people the same thing, that they like the second version of Selena, which is great. It's still on the record. You can still buy the
Yeah,
record and you can listen to
yeah, of
it.
course. Um, I guess we can buy it in Bandcamp, right? Pete, the first.
Yes, yes, yes. Yep.
Yeah, Bandcamp.
Bandcamp is where we go through. Yes.
Mm. Do you have any merchandise available when you go do your?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, during the shows we sell T-shirts. We're working on the merchandise part of our website, which is dicroband.com. I'm sorry, Dicro. What am
Dichro.
I
I
talking
was I
about? My
was like,
old
he's
band
coming
Dicro
back.
is dicroband.com. It's
Now
deathbyloveband.com.
now it's okay.
Yes, yes, of
Yeah.
course. So very soon we're gonna have our merch section up there, and we're gonna be selling t-shirts and I think tarot cards with a band logo on it. So
Tarot cards?
as a little,
Is that Inga's
yes, tarot cards
idea? Maybe.
idea. Of course it is. I mean, she's a good witch, so why not?
She's in the good ones. But they're all good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a bad
Yeah.
witch. I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. They're all good.
I gotta tell you, I'm attracted to witches. I'm married to a witch. I work with witches, and
Yeah,
somehow my life consists of interaction with witches all the time.
of course, they're the good people.
Yep.
Yeah, so let me tell you, I really enjoyed that album, 444. A lot of people keeps
Thank you.
asking you about how do you get this title? I read something, I don't know, it has to do with Guardian Angel, it
Well,
has to do
it's
with
numerology, and actually,
yeah,
how it started was we were seeing numbers 444 all the time while writing this record.
yeah,
Whether it was the time of the remix, like the first remix we did together, it was 4 minutes 44 seconds. That's how
mm,
we started. That's how we noticed 444. Then I started seeing 444 on license plates everywhere, when I was
I know
driving.
how,
And it's crazy. You see 444 everywhere. And then we tried to come up with a meaning to it. And
yeah,
Inga went into numerology, and she came up with a guardian angel theory, which 444 signifies. So it fits really well. It seems like we're on the right path,
yeah,
and it works for us.
and,
Plus, it's a
uh,
cool title.
it
It's
is. It
444.
is very much. It's like I don't know, the Rush 2112. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just what it got
yeah.
to me. Another bunch of numbers. But and the name of your project, Death by Love, it sounds very I don't know, like a
Yes.
fatalistic ending to I don't know, story. I don't
Fatalistic
know.
ending. Well, think
I don't
think
know.
about Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah,
Think about being so much in love that you commit suicide. It's a
yeah,
tragic love,
tragic love.
or yeah. It's very gothic. It's very gothic
Yeah,
sounding, and also I think it's a little bit of a tribute to our favorite band, that can dance.
right.
In a way, how it sounds. So three word kind of name
Yeah,
with death in it. So
yes.
yeah, I mean,
Easy to remember.
definitely,
It's easy to
yes, yes.
remember.
It's a little bit biblical too, but who cares?
Well, I really enjoy talking to you. I don't want to give you a headache, especially on a Sunday.
and
Uh,
likewise, and
uh,
likewise, very much so.
yeah, but it was nice talking to you, Piotr. I guess that's your name,
Piotr, yes, that's my Polish pronunciation, Piotr.
Piotr. So it was nice talking to you. I'll tell my friends to go to the usual places, Deezer, or Spotify, I don't know, Amazon Music, Apple Music,
Yeah,
whatever.
we're on Spotify, as you mentioned. We're on Bandcamp, where our album is
Yeah.
available. And also, you can find us at deathbyloveband.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we are on
Instagram,
Blue
yeah.
Note, yeah, we're on all those social medias
Yeah.
up there. So,
He's not like the guy that posts every day, you know, like I'm going to the hardware store and gonna no, he's not the type of guy. He just
well, we're
publishes
trying
whatever has to do with music,
to
you know.
yeah, exactly.
I'm eating ice cream. Who the hell cares if you're eating ice cream?
And I try to avoid Trump topic in all the musical posts as
Just keep that
well.
aside because you will be like doing punk, hardcore music if you start
Right,
talking. You'll
right,
be like the
right.
Dead
And
Kennedys or something, or Rage Against the
Yeah,
Machine. I
Inga
don't
doesn't,
know.
Inga doesn't like me being involved in politics and music in the same time. So I'm gonna try to keep her happy.
Yeah. Let's keep her on the good side and keep making the music you're making because it's not bad. It's really good for my
Thank you,
my opinion. So I'll keep watching you guys, and
thank you very much.
I hope everything goes well with the project and this other project you mentioned. That would be great. Americana music or a little not rockabilly, but a little bit of
Yeah,
acoustic, whatever it
yeah.
comes up. You have the
Acoustic with electronic.
yeah, that would be great. So that I'll be keep following you. Follow this guy. He's a really cool guy. He doesn't look like a cool guy when you look, if he doesn't speak. You know, he looks dangerous to me, but not at all. He's like an angel, one of those angels that Inga thinks about. So it was nice talking to you, Pete.
Thank you so much, Jose.
I
That
appreciate
was
it.
awesome time. Thank you. Good
Enjoy
luck to
it.
you and good luck to your podcast. And thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Thank
much
you.
for
Nothing better
talking to
than
us.
talking to people like you. Thank you. See you guys next
Okay.
week.